Wait, how do I... Where the fuck's the chat? Docs. Chat. Oh, there it is. That over there. Hello, hello. What's going on, brochachos? I want to draw some gods, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna flesh out the depiction of some gods. Because I want to put a shrine on the tank, but obviously, I need to know what the god looks like to depict him on a shrine. Oh, that's what we're gonna do. All your videos and saw just how huge your influence on my own world building project is. Oh, that's nice to hear. But yeah, so we're gonna draw some gods. And I want to go about it in a fun way. Well, also, what you're looking at is I'm working on Varushan tank, cause we have the ROM tank, and so I'm working on what Varushan tanks look like. But this is like bare steel, raw steel. And the ROM tank is decorated real nicely, so I'm like, well, how the fuck do I decorate this one? Because I really like the look of it without any decorations. And I feel like any decorations that I'm tacking on just feels like an afterthought. Like, it just feels sort of tacky. Um, like for the ROM tank, the decorations sort of fit with the design. Yeah, so I don't know how to deal with that yet, but then I thought, well, at least I can like work on figuring out what the gods look like. And I do have like some idea of what they look like. It's just that I have never like properly attempted to draw them, but I have ideas in my head of what they look like. So I think first we're gonna well, what I thought would be on this tank would be a statue of Moran, which is the god of death for Varus, which was supposed to be like some sort of bird with a shawl. And I want to take inspiration from these kind of statues. And let me take some screenshots. Oh, and what I mean by going about it in a fun way with depicting the gods is... Hold on, what the fuck? Okay, yeah. What I mean by going about it in a fun way is I'm not... I like depicting gods... or I like the idea of depicting gods in the ways that humans depict them. Again, not like straight up drawing the god. It's sort of like demystifies them. But what you can do is you can draw depictions of the gods made by people. So it's not like I'm drawing the god. I'm drawing what people depict the god as. So, like statues in temples, murals on walls, um, little trinkets, stuff like that. From a human perspective, yes, exactly. That's what I like more. It's because it means you add another layer to it, which is, what do people perceive this god as? Yeah, human biases as well. And then also it's really fun to think about, well, what does the same god look like to different countries. Like how does Ram depictions of the god of death differ from Varus's? You know. Uh, so yeah, it can like you can use it to also tell a lot about the people who made it. Okay, where am I? Okay. So that's literally what we're gonna do. We're gonna draw like a wooden carved. Well, what should it be made out of? I was thinking like we could either do metal cast, like a lot of like Buddha statues, metal cast, so like just solid metal, or we could do like wood carving. Which I was also thinking they could have like gold leaf on them as well. Red granite might be cool. Okay, for the god of death, right? I feel like he would be depicted in specific places. Um, so the god of death. I mean, we're drawing him for a shrine that's on a tank. So it's like so the whole idea behind depicting death is not only just like as a threatening image, but there's a story and symbolism behind. Wait, why is my tank? Okay, there you go. Story and symbolism behind the imagery that's depicted in the shrines. Specifically, the idea of like a golden string or a golden shawl that is draped or wrapped around the thing that depicts the statue of death. It is not like meant the statue of death on the tank isn't like a ooh, let's put the god of death on the tank to scare our enemies. No, it's the god of death plus the golden like yarn that's wrapped around it and its like talons symbolize protection from death. So its purpose is to like protect the tank and anything that it's like depicted on, like it's depicted on planes sometimes, or like soldiers will wear little like golden trinkets or like shawls or woven like decorative elements that represent that like golden shawl that the god of death has in its talons that prevents him from capturing souls, which means you survive death's grasp or what a even called golden silk spider. Maybe they could give some inspiration. Well, yeah, literally. The god of luck is called Flux or Flux, and that's a spider. The god of luck is a spider that weaves um, like webs that capture luck. And the shawl that Death is holding, or the shawl that Death wears and has it like tangled up in his talons, is made by Flux. It's like a story of Hitretz, like the god of mischief and stuff like that. He made a bet with another god, and then he was gonna lose it because the god of death was collecting too many souls, and then he asked the god of luck for a favor to make the shawl, and then he gifted the shawl to Death, and Death loved it so much he wore it everywhere, but the shawl was so long and like tedious that it like tangled up his talons. So he couldn't like capture all the souls, which means that Hitretz like won the bet. Um, Art on artillery shells would be fun too. But yeah, so what we're making is a shrine to the god of death, um, to ward off death. So I like this pose a lot, like this sort of crouching posture, because I definitely want the legs of the god to be like quite a prominent feature. So I need them to be like symmetrical on the statue, because then we can weave the 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 shawl like around the talons in some funky way. Okay, I like this like really aggressive like head, um, because I do think they would imagine death to be scary, right? I don't think they would like depict him as like the whole story in the shawl is to prevent it and protect against it. So it's more of a worship out of fear or like respect and reverence, I guess, rather than like I really like the like crazed eyes that some cultures like put on their statues. Yeah, this looks like shit. Wait, hold on. I just gotta draw something out first before like thinking too much about it. I haven't drawn on the computer for a while, so I have no fucking idea. Like I'm really rusty. And then also it'd be fun to have some like symbols uh that are associated with the god of death, maybe through some other stories. Like I like in some religions where gods always hold like trinkets, um, and are depicted like with staves or types of weapons that are associated with them, because of symbolism or different things. So it'd be fun to have him have some sort of staff or something like that. Might be fun. A skull seems quite fitting, but also very straightforward. But I'd be fine with like adding a skull because he's supposed to look like scary. A scepter. Yeah, but I think like we could have like a stave or staff to like symbolize more of a shepherd, which is like a classic sort of death idea, right? Where he like brings the dead to their resting place or to be reborn or whatever, like a guide. So it could be like a sort of shepherd looking thing. But also the reason he's a bird is like because I took inspiration from like herons and birds that like dive down to capture um like fish in the water, so he has like big old talons. So I don't know if like the shepherd idea kind of works. A net might work, like if we have like do they view death as cruel or as part of a cycle? Honestly, I'm not quite sure. What do you think? Or what do you think would be interesting? I sort of I don't know, cruel. I think it's yeah. I think they do think of it more as like part of a cycle. It's not that the god is necessarily cruel or evil. It's just that that's what they do. Like it's a part of how the world works, you know? So it's not like yeah, part of a cycle. I think makes more sense. So it's not like they're depicted as the devil or the evil incarnate. It's like, well, death gets you eventually. That's what it does. Wouldn't a net and shawl be kind of yeah? A net and shawl might like overlap too much because it's pretty much the same thing. Or you can just depict them either or, I guess. Yeah, what other things could you draw them with? I like the idea of so like a lot of jewelry. Yeah, gold coins might be interesting. 'Cause I was thinking that the thing is there's no bird that perfectly matches what I want for the god of death, like a bird that actually exists that the god of death is modeled after. I said heron, but that's just the part where it's like long and lanky and has like big legs. Um, because I also want death to be like obsessed with shiny things, but that's not a characteristic of herons. That's a characteristic of what's that other bird called? The bird that likes shiny things. What the fuck? Yeah, cause it makes sense with the story about the shawl. Like the shawl's so beautiful and golden that the god of death gets obsessed with it. You know. So I'm more imagining, and also I think that death is quite colorful. I don't want death to be like black as a raven or crow, or like yeah. It's like very pretty looking. I think you've seen the death right bird in Elden Ring, the big head one. Yeah, I think that's the one you're talking about. A chicken. I mean, we could do that. We could totally do chicken. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And also it could be up to debate. Like we don't have to settle on one thing and be like that's the bird that's represents death. It's like it can literally be like, well, people believe different birds represent death and that affects the way they depict statues of them. Stolas from Ars Goetia. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. How death comes for everyone, no matter their status. Like, have them hold a piece of bread. Maybe. Like, okay, I think we sort of have to think how the god of death is worshipped. I don't think they are outright, like, worshipped. I don't think they have followers. I don't think there's, like, a temple that depicts them. It's more of like a force of nature that is prayed to or things are done to prevent it from happening. right? Like obviously there wouldn't be like a church of death, like people that worship death. Like no, that feels just eh. So I feel like it's like I talked to Shabby and Sadeka about it, and one idea that we came up with was that um you would leave like scraps of fabric outside your window to prevent illness or death from happening in the household because there's a type of bird in the city or something that takes like scraps of fabrics to build their nest. And so you put like nice and also and the belief is that leaving out like nice scraps of fabric uh, would the birds would take it and use it to mend Death's shawl. So Death's shawl, like the idea of Death's shawl saving or like being a lucky trinket that prevents people from dying, uh, but it degrades over time, and giving offerings to mend the shawl to keep it, long and luscious to keep having Death stumble over it. Um, yeah, bribes. It's more like bribes. How the fuck do you spell bribes? Bribes. I guess it's bribes instead of prayers. It's more like wards and what about a weathered old pelican deity that kind of evokes the feeling of a grandfather's warmth? Society self-sacrifice? Could just leave it at an open hand with the palm facing up. The deity is asking for a bribe. Metaphorical results in your death. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, like we could have things like veiled over his eyes, or like yeah, distracted by gold and stuff like that, or maybe it's like an idea of if your loved one is dying or like sick, you cover them in like a golden shawl or put like valuables on them to hopefully have death take those instead. Like, how would you? Hmm, let me think about it. I use Krita. This guy looks like shit. I can't draw well yet, because I haven't, like, drawn at all today, so just bear with me till I warm up a bit, and then hopefully, like, shit looks better. But also, just a bird-headed dude just seems, like, very mundane for some reason. I did some sketches in my book. But death cannot be bribed. Maybe the golden trinkets would be seen as a last act of desperation. Maybe. Also, I think I should use the other pen. This one tires me out. It sounds very sad. It's tiring to draw. But no, it's just like I need to like push down to actually like draw lines, which slows me down instead if I just use this one. And for the actual drawing, I can then like switch. Maybe the gold isn't much of a the idea of the gold isn't like to um isn't to bribe your way out of dying, but perhaps it's to like bribe him to take you to a better place or something. Pay your like paying the boatman. But it's like if you don't pay enough, he'll take you to a shitty place. Why can't I draw? What the fuck is happening? Like I did some sketches in my sketchbook before this, and like holy shit, this is looking bad compared to what I'm drawing in my sketchbook. It's just I don't know what's going on. Or well, I know what's going on. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's I haven't fucking warmed up yet. But still, like normally it's not this shit. Hold on, I'm locking in a little bit. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I can't fucking draw, so I'm just gotta focus a little to wake the fuck up. It could be that the gold is like given as offerings to the church. Maybe that could be something. And also it could be like something to do with like letting go of personal um worldly like values or valuables. You know, like that sort of idea where it's like you can't take it with you after death anyway, so in a last ditch effort you should probably like let go of it or something. I'm just fucking. Cloth bird similar to that monster design in South of Midnight. I like that thing. Is there a different death for sickness, old age, dying in honorable battle? I don't know. Could be that. There's several gods of death, each acting more like a spirit of death that claims souls. Good point. Yeah, that is a good idea. It's less that it's like one individual god, but it's more like a group of like a bunch of birds that just act as the things that send you from the one place to the other. Yeah, but then like the death shawl thing is kind of doesn't work. He could be holding one of those, like, long hooks you use to pull, like, fish into a boat. Maybe. This is kind of hard. It's harder than I expected, I guess. Yeah, but I don't think there's a good death. I think it's just death. Like, I do think depicting him as sort of scary is reasonable. Because it's death, you know? Um, yeah, and I do like the idea of, like, bargaining with it. Is there an afterlife with a sort of hierarchy? I don't know. I don't know. Haven't thought that out yet. But yeah, I think I shouldn't think about it too much, because the thing is, like, we're doing it from the perspective of how people depict it. So obviously, you can depict them in a ton of different ways. So I should only think about it in the sense of the shrine on this tank. What is it depicting? To, like, simplify it, because obviously we can't capture all the aspects of it, and we can, like, deepen the imagery and stuff in with more illustrations of death rather than just the one, you know? Like, obviously, I think I'm thinking too much about it, because it's not like this one shrine on a random tank is gonna be the perfect depiction universally agreed on by all people in Varus that that's what death looks like. Like, no, it's a shrine made by some guy put on the back of the tank. Um, and that's his idea of what God or what the God of Death looks like. It's not like all of Varus. So I think for the tank, it's fine to just be dude scary like this with the crouching, and I want, like, some skulls. I think some skulls. You know, I think skulls are fine. To depict, like, on his little podium. And the wings are like the backdrop. You know, the wings make up the little backdrop of him. And then he's, like, clad in a lot of jewelry. He, she, or whatever. I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know what I want, like, the gender of my gods to be. Honestly, I feel like it's just interchangeable. Some people depict them as a he, some people a she. With all the gods, it doesn't fucking matter. They're gods. So a lot of jewelry, and then, like, the hook here. And then I was also thinking about having, the golden like strand like wrapped around the tank, which then also like comes to the feet of the statue and gets tied around there a bunch. And then I also wanted like Rom dog collars like piled on the bottom of the shrine. So they've like been taking the the dog collars, what the fuck, dog tags, from Rom soldiers and piling them at the feet of the god of death. Um, do you ever draw fan art in your own time? Not really. I've done it like twice, I think. Um, I've drawn fan art like twice. Uh, Most of the time I just don't feel strongly enough about something to feel like drawing it. The most recent like the Moe and Krill art I did was like ages ago, and I just drew that because I had a funny idea about Moe and Krill being depicted like Saturn devouring his son, but eating fucking Mirage from Deadlock. So I just drew that out of because funny. But besides that, I don't know. I think I've drawn like fan art once before, but I don't know of what. I don't remember. Surely, I mean, that can't have been the only time. I've drawn like way early on when I started out art. I drew a lot of other things like from that existed, like from Dark Souls and stuff. But the idea wasn't like, oh, I draw it because it's fan art. It's like, oh, I'm drawing this because I like this character and I'm practicing, or I just want to draw this character. Does that count as fan art? Yes, I wasn't thinking about it as fan art. Like I didn't post it anywhere or anything. It's just to learn, to have something to draw. But yeah, so there you go. I think that's gonna be the. And the other hand can be like laid on his lap with like a bowl. That. So this is obviously like you can't fucking make that out of wood. So I gotta make like a more stiff looking version of it that would work as a statue. A lot of jewelry. I like this hand like sort of like this, which is very unnatural looking, but I like the pose, like just elbow yanked up. Well, that it's like flared out like this. So the shape of the shrine is like this kind of, just like the wings make up the edge of it, like a little podium. Their legs, talons, a few like skulls underneath. Head, the shawl coming in like this, wrapping around the back, and then like probably like spilling out. It just feels wrong still for some reason. Like this just feels incredibly generic. Um, Not because of anything. It's just that it's just this guy. I haven't changed anything. Like the symbolism, I have different reasons for. It's like, oh, the shawl is to prevent death and stuff, but I'm just copying this. I'm not changing anything about the look of him from this. Just the reason why he looks like this. I think that's what's bothering me, is there's nothing different about this from the reference I'm taking. I'm just recontextualizing something that's already there. That's what's bothering me. So like I gotta change the image of him somehow. Like I think the type of bird or something. Yeah. I love overthinking. I can't just live in peace and fucking draw whatever and not care too much about it. I care way too much and need to have everything make sense and be good. It's the same with the fucking codex. Like, I can't for the life of me just fill out the codex willy-nilly. Like, I've countless times I've started my day saying to myself, okay, today I'm just gonna spend my day filling out the codex as much as possible. I don't need to think too much about things. Just add shit and then improve it later. Just just fill it out with the things you have. But like don't think too much about anything, and you can come back later and like flesh them out. You know, do quick sketches, and then every time, like immediately the first thing I start on, I think way too fucking much about it and go down a rabbit hole, and then don't even finish it. Like it's such a deep rabbit hole that I don't even get to finish it, and I haven't added anything to the codex. I did that like literally yesterday or before yesterday. I was like, again, let me add shit to the codex. So I start, okay, I should write the description of Burla, the city, Burla. And then I was like, okay, well, what do we know about it from history, right? There's the modern day Burla, the city that grows like a tumor across the battlefield. But what do we know about it before this happened, like post-war? What's the history of Burla? What is it known for? What was it like? Uh, and then I was like, well, the way that makes the most sense to talk about this would be, instead of just lore dumping, it'd be fun to write it from the perspective of a scholar going to Burla in the golden age of magic to study there. And then I was like, well, maybe the scholar is like religious and then has his own opinions about the depictions of gods within Burla compared to how they're depicted in Varus. And then I was like, well, then I need to flesh out how the gods were seen and what the gods looked like in the golden age of magic before the war for each of the countries. And then I was like, well, then I sort of need to write a timeline of how the history of the religion developed throughout the ages to make a proper, like, accurate depiction of it within the golden age of magic. I can't just make shit up. I need to know what came before that. So I wrote up how the religions started and came about before the golden age of magic, like before magic was discovered. Then how the discovery of magic shifted religions, and like how Varus's trade changed their like depiction of gods and stuff. And then I got off track, you know? And I was like, oh, well, what about like after the war? How does it change from before the war to after the war? And then I went down a whole ass rabbit hole of um, like researching uh, how like propaganda you like how I can shape the gods to embody propaganda and their ideals, and how they'd want to like portray the other side and shit. Like uh, all in all, I didn't get shit done. You know, I wanted to write one fucking thing, and I didn't even get to write the letter of the scholar that went to go study uh, in Burla, because I got too held up on how he would feel about Burla's depiction of gods in the golden age of magic compared to his own. And this is like this now as well. It's like I just need to draw a tank, but now I'm trying to flesh out the god of death to put a shrine on the back of the fucking tank. And now I'm stuck on this because I need every reason behind every detail of his design, instead of just being like, fuck it, let me just slap a bird on it and think about it later. I'm like, no, I need to know exactly why everything looks the way it does, and it can't look like this thing, so I need to make up some new shit um, to put in there so I can put it on this random fucking tank vehicle on a tiny little sketch that nobody will see. Nobody's gonna see this tiny fucking statue back here. Oh. Why can't it look like the reference? Cause I don't want it to. Cause then I'm just drawing that. Then I'm just drawing this. And I like this, but it's like, what the fuck am I doing then? I'm not really world building. I'm just drawing this. That's not my world building project. That's just this dude from this other country's uh, beliefs and stories and shit that I just slapped on my tank. So it has to be different, but I don't know how. Because I like this, but it's not. It's just that dude. I wish I did poor world building. Thank you for the $2. Yeah, no, it's not. I don't wish that I did poor world building. I just wish I could just not care about it for a second, you know? Because it'd be, you know how I could be so much more productive if I just fucking drew it, finished it, and then I can come back later and think about it. Like, it doesn't have to be, I don't have to do this now. But my brain doesn't let me just put something on the tank before, and you can come back later. No, I have to know it now, and then put it on the tank. You know, that's what I don't like. Is I can't just I can't just fill things in for now. Yeah, like a vulture might work. What if you angle the anima? The what? The anima characteristics to a messy mix of goat and raven or bat? Oh, the animal characteristics to a messy mix of goat, raven, and bat. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a sanctioned statue or if it was. It's definitely not made out in the field, but I don't know who was commissioned to make it, like, or how regulated the making of religious symbols is in Varus. I don't think it'd be that much. Like they just commission people to make them, mass produce them, and it's not really like too necessary that all of them look exactly the same. So it's probably quite a lot up to the craftsman. Like they get told the parameters of how big the shrine needs to be to fit on the back of the tank, and then no, not more elegant. Imposing is correct. It has to be imposing. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Tell me. What do you want to become? What do you want to be turned into? Tell me. Speak to me, God of Death. Speak to me. What would you like to look like? Do you want a long neck? Fuck. It's way high up. I like the idea of having sort of a plumed neck. Are the gods mindless, like forces of nature, or do they have thoughts and desires, or are they fake? Can you make the good boy dog immortal, please? What? Thank you for the $5. I mean, the gods are like our gods in the real world. Like, people believe in them, but you know their existence is eh. Like, you don't know. Like, I'm making a statue of the god. I'm not depicting the god themselves. Um, and I want to leave that just like that. Like, why? I think the fun of it is not knowing. You know, like with gods, I find worlds where, or like, I'm not interested in making a world where the god is the like gods are just known. Oh, we know what they look like. We know their fucking stats, their names. We can literally contact them. Like, there's fucking clerics that can just talk to them, and shit. Like, it just demystifies them so much. So if you can just, if you know, you know. So I'd rather just not. I leave it up to, like, same as our world. I'm liking this though. Like, the long neck. Literally, that's all it needed, or like one of the only things it needed. It's just needed to be a little different from the source. But I still think I can add something more. Um, if I sketch out something I'm thinking of and put it in the Monster Garden channel, yeah, of course I don't mind. Go ahead. Don't need to incorporate it. Yeah, yeah, I know. So yeah, we could say it's a heron, or like a heron-like bird. I don't think there's a need for it to have more arms though. I get it. Like I like the aesthetic of more arms and like really over the top uh, designs, but for this guy, I don't think there's a reason why he'd have multiple arms. You know, I want there to be a reason if we are going to give him multiple. And also, I think it's gonna clutter it way too much. Like we already have the wings sort of making a really big shape behind it. So I feel like it'd be good to just leave it at that. If we add like a multiple arms in as well, it'll get cluttered really quickly. Like Utapan is the god of war in the world. He has or it's a war boar with 12 heads that have 12 tusks each. So like that's like over the top kind of thing I like. And there's a reason why it's like over the top. It's the fucking god of war. Uh and shit, it's a giant war elephant pretty much. Um I do believe they burn. Like Varus does burn their bodies. They're dead. Rom buries them. Varus burns them. I mean, it uses the talons to grab the souls, so it doesn't really make sense to have it have more arms. I don't want the shawl to like do that like thing where it becomes like a halo behind the head. It'd be fun to have the shawl like strangling it, like just wrapping around the neck multiple times and then around the arm or like under the arms like this and then around the legs. So it's like I want it to look really like the god of death is fighting with the shawl. The shawl is actively strangling and preventing death from doing its job. But it's just such a beautiful fucking shawl that death doesn't take it off. Like it's I think that would be really fun to like show the pure obsession that death has of shiny things. Like if it's so fucking pretty, it's actively hindering the god's duty, but it doesn't matter. Like it was a gift. It's beautiful. I'm gonna wear it, even though it's so long and so uncomfortable. So yeah, like have it wrap around the neck. I think would be fun. Like maybe in the mouth as well. Nah. Itchy sweater. Yeah, it's like an itchy sweater that you got from your mom or like some relative, and you just have to just like, oh, thanks. You just wear it. It's fucking horrible. I can't relate to that at all, by the way, because I've never gotten a sweater. I'm not. It wouldn't make sense in fucking Thailand. I'd be very confused if somebody gave me a sweater. It's like, oh, thanks, you gave me a piece of clothing that I might be able to wear like 2 days out of the year if I'm lucky. Maybe a week. Like I think I've gotten a week of cold enough air to wear like thicker clothing once. Like I think like not last year. It was like the year before was like the coldest year I've experienced in Thailand. By coldest, I mean like a week or two of needing like a hoodie. Like, oh, a hoodie. Yeah, it's kind of sad because you can't, you know, I it's hot. You can't dress a lot. I'd like to play around. I'd like to try dressing. I can't though. Like anything beyond a t-shirt and like shorts just kills you. Christmas is literally in summer. Yeah. It's a shame because I like hoodies. Like one of my favorite feelings I think is I love it being cold and me having like a blanket. Or I explained that really bad. I like being cozy, right? That's like one of my favorite feelings is I like it being cold and me to be warm, right? Cozy. I love that feeling, but I barely get to experience that here. Like this year, like last year or this year, I guess, like, around the time it should be getting cold, this year it didn't get cold at all. Like I don't fuck I didn't wear a sweater or a second layer of anything ever. This whole last year and this year. It didn't get cold enough for that shit. It barely got cold enough to cover myself with a blanket. I don't get to be cozy. I don't get to huddle up to the fireplace with a fucking hot cocoa. It sucks, because I love that. I love that feeling. Why the fuck? Get a bit cold, god damn it. Yeah, that's probably what I miss the most about like cold weather. And snow. Snow is just fun. I'd love to like build a snowman again, or like an igloo. Oh, that was fun. I built an igloo like when I was a kid. We barely had any snow. It's not like I had a lot of snow, but it was like enough. Like we shoveled the whole fucking front of the flat together just to make like a little mound, and then we froze it overnight, and then the next day we like dug out into it, made like a little igloo, and that was really really fun. I'd love to play in snow again. That'd be nice. Yeah. I've had this dream like multiple fucking times. The dream of like being in Thailand and looking outside and seeing snow. And every time it was such a realistic dream that I was convinced it was snowing. And I looked out the window, like, I woke up and I'm like, oh, snow? I mean, if that actually happened, it'd be the end of the world. But I'd be happy for a moment, I'd be like, oh my god, it's snowing! And then I'd be like, wait, it's snowing. Oh no, like, what happened? Why is it snowing here? Because that only like that's the end of the world. Like something happened. Somebody dropped some big bomb somewhere and fucked up the whole shit. Fucked up the whole ecosystem. That shouldn't happen. But I'd be happy. I'd make one snowman probably before dying to like radiation or something. Or I'd realize, yeah, it's not snow. It's fucking that's the other. Oh, I stick my tongue out and like collect the snow on my tongue. It's like, God, why does this snow taste like iron? And then that's it. Snow tastes like really irony. Like, God. Anyway, I'll make an igloo and fucking die in it. Yeah. I'd love for it to be cold, but it would be incredibly wrong if it was cold. Something must have happened. That's probably honestly that would probably be how I got news of the world ending. I don't keep up with news enough to like know it like in advance. Uh if it happens. So it probably need to be something like that. Some weird shit happening IRL of me looking out the window and seeing a fireball in the horizon to be like, or no, to see like I look at the horizon and it's like it's morning already. Wait, hold on. The sun is coming up from the wrong horizon. And then I know it's like, oh, okay, the world's over. And that'll be it. Okay, I'm happy with this. I'm at peace now, by the way. The only thing I needed was just to long the neck. Cause yeah, it just needed to be a little different somehow. It's my OC, you know? Copy my homework, but don't make it obvious. God edition. Yo, can I copy your homework? Yeah, don't make it obvious. I'll just stretch the neck out. Fuck it. It's close. Nobody will know, right? Cause mine has a long neck. It's my OC. Don't steal, by the way. How dare if anybody in this fucking chat dares to make a bird that has a long neck, I'm gonna fucking sue you and make drama and tell people that you stole my artwork. Cause only I am allowed to make long neck birds. It's below 20 C and I'm just trying to survive getting to and from uni. I'm quite jealous of the warmth. I mean, yeah, I guess it depends on the person. Like I honestly, I genuinely don't understand people that like hot weather. I don't I don't get you people. If there are some of you in chat, what's wrong with you? Cuz like this argument, you've probably heard it before if you've had this same exact conversation about temperature with people, but it's just I don't understand how you can like a temperature or where you can't do anything about it if you don't like it, right? Cuz like if it's hot, you've heard this. If it's hot, or no, if it's cold, you put on more shit, right? You put on more clothes or get huddled up in a blanket and you're cozy. You're fine, right? But if it's hot, you can take off clothes, but if you're just butt naked and it's still hot, what's next? You know? You can't do anything at that point. You're just, rip my skin off. You know, you're just done. And I can't, obviously, you can't fucking walk around butt naked outside. You skin yourself. Yeah, it's fucking, I don't get it. And I'm an incredibly, like, I'm like a fucking living space heater for some reason. Like my body is still not accustomed itself to Thailand, even after being here for like I don't fucking like most of my life. I'm still like radiate heat and just immediately pour sweat at the slightest sensation of sunlight. My body just evaporates all the water inside like I shrivel up like a prune and a cloud of vapor appears around me as all my pores eject the liquid out of my body and dampen my clothing. And then I just go back inside. I dry up like fucking SpongeBob looking at a glass of water. It's hot, dry air. Ridiculous high. No, the humidity. Yeah, the humidity is the worst part. That's the fucking worst part. Definitely. 100%. If it's dry hot, it's like fine. But if it's like humid hot, you just feel like the air itself is strangling you. Just fuck you for being here. Hot or cold, wet is nice. Yep, yep. Either way, it's not nice. Dry summer and wet summer, yeah. Although I love the rainy season. That's, by the way, this is a wonderful conversation we're having. This is like the classic fucking elevator conversation. Don't know what to talk about. Get to know your coworkers. Conversation talking about the weather. Yeah, yeah. Rainy season's the best. I'm a fucking amphibious creature. I when it starts raining, I go out and lay down on the pavement. like the in front of my house, just in the rain, I just lay on the floor and enjoy it. It's good. It's nice. First time I caught an actual stream instead of just watching them back. You watch the streams back? My God. Okay. Thank you for being my most loyalist fan. I guess I don't think I've ever. Do any one? Does anyone else watch the streams back? I've never thought about that someone would bother to watch the fucking streams back. Thank you. Put a tear in my eye. Yes, yeah, of course, bro. What? What the fuck? What's wrong with you guys? It, the whole fun of the streams gone. I mean, well, actually, recently I've also gotten into watching streams. There's something about it. Just having a presence to listen to while doing other shit. But I mean, I watch them because they're like I watch streamers that make that talk, because then I have something to listen to. But I don't really talk that much. I don't think. I'm not very entertaining to listen to in the background. So it's more weird. Like I don't get why you'd watch me. You know. I watch fucking Race, who's like a Risk of Rain streamer. That's really fun. I've been really enjoying his runs he's been doing with his the mod he just made, where he added like quality to items. Those are really fun. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I don't like add I guess that's why I don't like add music to streams. It's cuz I know if I watched a stream, I'd rather not have it have music. Cuz I like listening to my own music, Cuz then you can double up on the fucking sound waves. Uh so you can like listen to a stream for the talking and then turn on your own music without having it overlap existing music in the stream. Yeah, there you go. This is like the statue of death. And then I thought it'd be really fun to have ROM dog tags like piled on the claws of the statue. Just a cool like grim visual, I guess. I call them dog tags because I don't know what else I'd call them yet. I don't have a name for them. They'd more be like capsules with identifications in them, not like stamped metal. I just joined. Hey, does anyone everything you do on stream end up as a video? Uh, in what way? You mean like do the streams like stay as VODs? Because that's yes, they're on the YouTube. They don't go anywhere. Or do you mean like does everything I talk about and draw on stream end up in a video? In that case, no. Eventually, yes, but for now, no. Because it takes a long time to make videos about things, and I sometimes blabble on about things way ahead of where I'm actually at, and also a lot of things get scrapped. So like not everything. It could be used as a minigun cover. I mean, that'd be fucking sick. Yeah, so this is the statue in front of here. But the thing is, like, if I put that statue in front of there, it's kind of just feels like it's tacked on, you know? Like compared to the hold on, let me find the picture of the crawling bishop. I mean, obviously, the crawling bishop was fully decorated, but not all of them would be decorated from head to toe like that, right? They wouldn't have the resources for that. It makes sense if some of them are really decorated and some of them are just like more bare and have only a few parts or maybe none at all and are just raw steel. Um, but like, what would a fully decorated Varushan tank look like? I feel like it kind of look a little bare. It's kind of embarrassing because Varus is supposed to be the elegant, beautiful, like decorated country, and I'm struggling to picture how they decorate their tank nicely compared to Rom, which is supposed to be like the utility focused efficiency, and they have it more decorated than the fucking Varushan one. How long has this tank been in service? I don't fucking know. I'll draw multiple tanks. It's not just the one per country. Obviously, it's just one of them. The crawling bishop, that's the first tank that hit the battlefield, and then this one's is like I think like this one is gonna be like Varus's response to it, where they make the chariot. That's what I'm calling it, by the way. Their tank's called the chariot. And then it's the arm race starts where they make like light tanks and then medium tanks and heavy tanks, fucking big artillery, shit like that. Personnel or like transports and shit like that. Anti-air. Oh god, that'll be fun to draw all of that if I actually do. Yeah. So hold on. I think what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I'll do that. Lower opacity this, and then we just try to like slap stuff on top. What I thought about here was to put like the boar heads from Utapan around the edge, like the 12 heads with 12 tusks each, to have it be like an edge design. I don't know how big it should be though. But yeah, for some reason it just feels tacked on compared to Ram's design. Like anything I put on here just feels like it's tacked on and not like a part of it. The same way that Ram has it. Like Ram has it nice and incorporated into the design. That isn't quite as ornate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Obviously, it wouldn't be like to this extent for every fucking tank, and especially like this one, it'd be like toned down from this. Um, a boarhead should also double as a plow. True. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to depict it because like Ram's was like really straightforward for some like it just made sense. Like yeah, put Ram like Yorm's head on it. And fucking like fingers for legs. But then with this one, it's like, okay, the tank is done on its own without any decoration. And now what decoration do we add on to it? It's kind of Like it didn't come along. The decorations didn't come with the design the same way I did it with uh the ROM tank. Are there any tread tanks, or is that boring? No, tread tanks aren't boring. It's just that, for the world, I just like legs. I love treads. Treads are really fucking cool. Uh, but I just want legs. Legs are also cool. So legs it is. So yeah, nothing against them. Nothing against treads. I like them. Like, I want it decorated sort of. I mean, not to the same extent, but there's this festival where in Thailand we have these like wax carved boats that get driven around. It's more like a um what's that called? Land boat, you know, the ones you see on in festivals. Not like a water boat, just a land boat. Um, but like something like this. But or like I like this carving a lot with like the bunch of soldiers at the bottom and then like floating chariots and shit. And these kinds of carvings, I like those as well. Do you ever feel limited drawing things from ROM? No, 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 not at all. It's not that they're like simplistic. It's more that they still have a bunch of patterns. I've found an excuse for both countries to just pattern the fuck out of their stuff, and make it over exaggerated and crazy. So I don't find it boring at all. Like for Varus, they just have the infrastructure to like decorate the shit out of their stuff. But for Ram, it's that they just mass produce their decorations. So they stamp them out of metal with dyes. So it's just like decorative plating designs that get cut out and then nailed to things. So they can still like make really elaborate things. It's just that the way it looks is different, which is fun. I disagree with the legs being fragile. I think they'd be tough enough. Like if these are just like solid rods of steel, I feel like they'd be like this, um, with like the inner part and then like a bottom and top thing. It's just a sketch, so they look kind of flimsy, but like I feel like they'd be well strong enough to like support the thing. It's metal, so like, metal is quite sturdy enough, I'd say. But yeah, maybe the feet pads need to be bigger or something. I doubt they'll last in a fight. Well, yeah, that's why they have a bunch of them. They have a bunch of them. So like I imagine this thing can still move with like almost half of them blown off. I made it after this thing. So the legs just like move on an axis back here. Um, like millipedes. Yeah, I can't find the reference. But yeah, I feel like it's strong enough. Like, yeah, it wouldn't last in a fight, like you said, if they focus the legs. But then at that point, it's like you have to hit these skinny little fucking legs that keep wiggling around. And when you eventually get enough of them that the thing stops moving, the thing probably blasted a hole through the other tank already. You know? There's better places to shoot this thing than the legs, probably. No, I'm happy with the length of the legs. I don't want to make them shorter. If they're too short, then the tank just looks like it can't clear any, like, rough terrain at all. It just feels tacked on. Uh, yeah, it does look like it's impermanent, which I guess is good in a sense, if that's what you want. Kind of conflicted, though, if it is what I want. And I'm just struggling to find the places to put the decorations more than anything. because the flow of it needs to work with the flow of the tank. I can't just tack it on anywhere. It needs to like cover just enough of it, but not all of it. If it's all of it, it gets too noisy. If it's too much in one place, it feels too like crowded. So like I don't know where I should place the decorations. Are the decorations strictly necessary? No. I was thinking the decorations would be made of wood. Like they'd be wood paneling. Favorite candy? Oh fuck. I don't know. Favorite candy? Really depends. I think you'd have to separate that into sweet and savory. You know, I can't just choose one. It depends on if I want a savory candy or a sweet one. Or I guess in that case it's asking favorite snack more than anything. If it's savory, I don't know. Savory, I don't know actually. If it's sweet, I don't know either. Well, shit. I don't know, man. Probably just snacking on cinnamon toast crunch, like out of the fucking box. Uh, the my choice of that is heavily influenced by nostalgia. Because I've literally only had it when I was a child, and then just once more, like 6 years ago, and I've never had it since, because it's not available here. So it's heavily biased on nostalgia, because a tear runs down my eye when I get a taste of it every time, and fucking Ratatouille style, I get flashbacks of my childhood. So probably that. Probably that. Yeah, if I ever get my hands on it again. Uh, Savory, honestly, no idea. I'm not sure. Yeah, what is... Hold on. Savory. What's the last thing I ate that was savory? A savory snack. Lay's, but I fucking hate Lay's. Not because of the taste. Like Lay's are good when you eat them, uh, but the amount you get is reducing ever forever, and so eventually it'll just be an empty bag, and it's just sad, you know. So I don't like buy Lays. It's just by happenstance if there happen to be Lays, I eat them. But I don't know if I have a favorite savory snack. I don't know. Savory, I really don't know. But yeah, anything cinnamon flavored is good. I like cinnamon. Have you tried salt and vinegar chips? No, don't have those either. Um, so I can't comment on cinnamon chips. Oh, I guess Same as Cinnamon Toast Crunch, my favorite savory snack that I will never get my hands on again is probably kettle chips. I think I had those when I was in America for like an exchange program, and I had kettle chips, and those were really fucking good, and I will never have them again because we don't have those. Um, the difference, I'm not actually quite sure. I think they're just thicker, and bigger, and the bag's actually fucking full. Which I was like, holy shit, what a revolution! What an incredible idea to fill the bag. So that was really fun. Chips are nice, but hard to eat a pack by yourself. You mean kettle chips? Or you mean salt and vinegar? I can literally walk down the block and grab a bag. Well, fuck you too, Cyberbot. Well, yeah, that's the best comment. Thanks, dude. That's really great to say after I've lamented, or I've told you about my yearning for kettle chips that I will never get to taste again, and you're just like, oh well, I can get them really fucking easy. Well, thanks. Yeah, that's great. Grab me some as well. Eating some right now. Yeah, I can hear the crunch in chat. Type crunch in chat so I can experience that again. Let me hear it. Asterisk crunch. Oh, like, thanks. Really appreciate it. Crunch. Yum. Type 1 to crunch. This guy's just having withdrawals. I mean, yeah. They're not showing yet. I feel like I I can say now that I don't have them, but I feel like if I did spot a kettle chip bag, like if I spotted one now in like my peripheral vision, I would go feral. And like if there was anything in the way, it would not be in the way anymore, no matter what. If I saw a kettle chip bag in my peripheral vision at like some sort of festival or whatever, and there happened to be a mother and a child in a stroller, an old like gentleman with a cane, and like a dude in a wheelchair, all in a line between me and the kettle chips. All of those are getting tackled out of the way. Like I barrel through them like a linebacker, and then get my hands on those chips. And then after the bag is empty, all the way to the bottom, like no crumbs left. After that, and my mouth is just stained with red, I'll look up and then eventually feel bad about my actions, but only after the bag's empty. I'd still not regret my decision until the bag's empty, and I have a post kettle chip clarity, and I look up and the old man still hasn't gotten up, and the child's crying, and I go, oh, what have I done? What have I become? Only for a bag of chips. And it'll happen all over again if I see another bag. That whole spiel will just happen again. No, I'm not beating up mothers and children for kettle chips. I'm pushing them out of the way. I'm tackling them out of the way. So much better, yeah. I hate this. I hate this fucking tank. Because I like it like this. I like this tank. Like this. But if I add shit on it, it looks tacky. It looks like I just slapped it on. Which is what I did. I did just slap it on. But why doesn't it look like that on the fucking crawling bishop? Because it's more incorporated into the design, I guess. I don't. Eh. They're from different cultures, aren't they? Yeah, yeah. The thing is, I know there's a better way to incorporate it into the design. I just haven't found it yet. Like, you have that gut feeling. I have that gut feeling, and it's not for kettle chips. It's a gut feeling looking at this where I'm like, I know there's something I'm missing where I can incorporate the patterns and the designs I want into the tank naturally without to fix the issue I'm having, but I just haven't found it yet, right? Sometimes I don't have that where it's like I you know, I was thinking about having the legs look like hooves, like putting armor plates over them, like molded armor plates that make them look like hooves. That might be interesting, but also goofy. I don't know. What features I'd want to incorporate? I don't fucking know either. The legs could have bright glowing pipes of mana that highlight their weak spots for the target to exploit at moment's notice. Ah, yes! Of course! Okay, put a big red arrow on the tank to tell the enemy where to. I should draw a bullseye on the fucking thinnest part of the armor plate. Now it looks like a crab, yeah. I want to put like a fucking buffalo head in because like the whole idea of a chariot is that it's getting like the god of death is riding on its back and it's pulling like a chariot, but if I put a fucking bullhead on this thing and make the legs have bull legs, it's gonna look stupid as shit. It's gonna look like a bull spider thing. You know, and it also looks like too much of a like a truck thing to put a bull head in front of it. Okay, but what if it looked really cool instead? Well, yeah, thanks. I have such a good idea. Oh my god. Hold on. What if you make it look good? Oh, fuck. I haven't considered that at all. Dude, you're such a genius. Holy shit. I was making it look like shit this whole time. What if I make it look good? Oh, fuck. Hold on. My bad. Let me fix it. Fuck. Yeah, sorry, I know that's not what you mean, but still, that's what I thought of. Is like, what if you make it not look like shit? You have an interesting process, Simon. Thanks. Appreciate it. What's no, I'm not gonna. Never mind. I was gonna press you and be like, "Oh, what's interesting about it? Tell me." But I don't know why the fuck I'm being an asshole. Why would I need to do that? Just pressing you on it, like, yeah, well, tell me what's interesting about it. Go on. What the fuck? Why am I being aggressive? It's the kettle chips, man. I'll put two cannons in the front to make it look like those snail eyes with parasites. Oh yeah, good point. That'd be fun. Personally, I love verbal assault most. Okay, good, good. What ever happened to your puppet avatar? Been a while since I've joined a stream. Oh yeah, I just haven't pulled him out. Where is he? Here. Oh, hold on. There you go. There he is. There he is. Yeah, I was gonna make a. I found the thing to like animate, like PNG tubers. I was gonna make a PNG tuber of him. That'd be really fun. So he moves when I talk. I think I'll do something like that. That'll be a while though. I'll see when I feel motivated to do that. What the fuck? When did this sneak its way into my playlist? Deadlock new main menu theme. What the fuck? I just got like, wait, hold on. Did I just open Deadlock? No. It's why is the new menu theme in my fucking playlist? How'd you get here? I mean, it's a banger, but still, I wasn't expecting that. Deadlock? Yeah, I wish I would love to play it on stream, but it would genuinely be embarrassing. Like genuinely, if you saw me playing Deadlock, it would make you unsubscribe. Like the the amount of ass I am at that game is actually impressive. You know, like okay, in general, with FPS games or like PvP games, I'm bad at PvP games because and this is the same reason why I'm bad at like fighting people in real life. Like I wouldn't survive boxing or any sort of combat sport cuz my problem solving skills in quick situations is shit. For some reason I just don't have like that instinct where it's like, oh, if you see a like a punch coming at your face, you block it, right? Like that doesn't register. I see the punch and I'm like, that's an interesting shaped like, oh, that's a fist. And then I like contemplate in my head what has to be done in this situation and I get beat up. But it's the same in games. It's like I have such bad like uh just dealing with shit. um I've never once managed to. Yeah, because I know exactly what I need to do. If they punch, you press the fucking block button. But it just doesn't. In the moment, it's just like I hear the sound, I see them winding their fist back into a fucking haymaker, and I just go, yeah, okay, and and then also like for some reason I am unable to register what enemy characters can do, right? Like I know the characters, I know what they can do, but in the moment I don't register it. I don't know how that happened. What I mean is like, okay, if you know like for example, the enemy team has a character that can stun you when you run at them. I forget that. Like I've played that character, I know exactly how they work, and if I run at them, I die. But as soon as they're on the enemy team, and I look at that character and I know exactly what they can do, but I just forget what the fuck they can do, and I just run at them, and I'm like, oh right, that character has a stun. It's like, oh fuck, I completely forgot. It's not like I've played this game for ages and know exactly what that character does, but I completely forget it when I have to register that in my head. It's incredible how incompetent I am. Jesus, I forgot you have an intercom mic now. Wait, it's still shit. Kept chicken in the battle while watching me set their kitchen on fire. Do you have any kind of problem solving issues? No, it's like all my problem solving goes out the window when it comes to like quick pay. Like I just run into battle and die. I'm the fucking I feed the enemy team. I am a buffet. I'm a lunch table set out with fucking beautiful cutlery and decorations. Uh, I am I'm feeding the whole fucking game because I don't like it doesn't register in my head. I don't learn things. Seems like an Abrams. Honestly, that's the most fun I had was with Abrams because I just liked punch. I didn't like parry. I just liked punching shit and seeing things disappear. Looks really disconnected. Yeah, yeah, I know. It does look really disconnected. I don't know what to do yet. Yeah, because for ROM, it's also like very nicely structured. Like all of it is relevant to each other, and in this case, it is also relevant to each other. But it's just that without the context, it's hard to know that like, oh yeah, the bull is like a chariot pulling uh, death on its back or something. Headless chicken. Yeah, I play like a headless chicken. That's why like in the finals, I play sledgehammer and only like hide from people and set up defenses on the point because that's literally the only thing I'm able like my brain is able to do is to use those kinds of strategies. Yeah, I think I explained it poorly, but I hope you get it. There's too much going on and I keep not taking things into consideration even though I should, and my brain just shuts off for some reason. A fucking wheel here. That seems so silly. Yeah, it looks like shit. Awesome. We've gotten nowhere this stream. Well, we drew this guy, I guess. But besides that, fuck all. Can't wait for the Deadlock stream, please. No. You could lean into the Hercules beetle look. Yeah, but I don't know how. I'm like, do I fucking put a head here in front of the gun and then put a like that? It would look more like a Hercules beetle. I also don't know how low down I'm willing to put details on the design. Like if I have them overlapping the lip of the armor plates or not. It wouldn't make sense to have this thing have a battering ram though. Like you wouldn't use this to ram a fucking like look. I'm dying. Yeah. I think I'm gonna end stream for now. I have to go. But yeah, I'll see about the tank. I don't know. I don't know when I'm eventually gonna make another video again, because the thing is, every topic is like both unsubstantial and too much at the same time. I don't fucking know. I have so much shit that I've done now, but all of it's not done. I've started a lot, I just haven't finished a lot. I guess. Same as this. The tank. I made the plane, and the gods, like fleshing out the history of those, the names of them. We'll see. We'll see what I do next. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break. Take care.